Talk to us about the dangers of the inflammatory rhetorics and threats of violence that seem to be the new order in Rivers State. How should security agencies intervene without taking sides for the sake of peace?
If you would permit me to speak bluntly, there are a few things I would want to also clear before I even dive into that, because if we talk about security agencies as it is today in Rivers State, like I said the last time I joined you, that everybody in Rivers State is compromised, including the security. Everybody in Rivers State is compromised. You can hardly find anybody who have not taken sides. Let me go, not necessarily compromised now, who have not taken sides in this particular crisis. And everybody is loyal to a particular section. You know, that's why you find yourself in situations, and that's why I was actually weary about what Dr. Nwala was saying when he said the minister is not involved in the entire crisis. If the minister is not involved in the entire crisis, why would the minister every day, he will put up ring lights and invite journalists and call them to come and make statements, and he makes all founded allegations and all that, just like I was saying earlier on about imagine what the statement he made about someone like the research chairman. Now the research chairman served the Rivers State for 31 good years on the bench, from being a magistrate down to being a judge of the High Court for 31 years on the bench. It didn't end at that. The research chairman, as we speak, during his retirement validatory section, this same minister of the FCT went down there, eulogized him, said all sorts of lovely things about the man, said how good the man was and how other judges should emulate him. But today, you come, say the man is the most corrupt man you know. It was actually because of his impact at the Rivers State Judiciary. That was why he was appointed as research chairman, because someone to be trusted was needed in that particular office. And who was found worthy? The current research chairman, by not Justice Adolphus Enebeli, was found worthy to actually take over that particular office. Now the same person, you have come out to say he is this, he is that, and called all sorts of names. Let me tell you this. The truth of the matter is that the crisis in Rivers State is not perfect. Chief Nyesom Wike is at the center of it all. Even if the governor meets with the assembly today, and have a conversation with them, they will still go back to the minister of the FCT to get clearance before they take any action. There is nothing they can do without him. He controls them. He determines everything they do. So we cannot remove him from the crisis in Rivers State, unless we are just trying to play to the gallery. Let me say this. One of the reasons I'm not too sympathetic with the governor over what is happening in Rivers State, because everything the minister of the FCT did as governor, they were in support of everything he was doing at the time.
You mean the president?
Yes, now, but no, this is in the public glare now.
When he was in his cabinet.
Because, of course, when the governor was of course playing with the minister, he was one of the last persons who saw the minister before the minister goes to bed every day. So every decision the man took at the time, he is also aware of it. So we cannot completely exonerate him from the actions of the minister. That is why today, when they are fighting themselves, and they stop fighting Rivers people, because now they are fighting themselves, because before now they were fighting Rivers people. Now today they are fighting themselves. And when we look at it, we just need to speak the truth as it is. And let us say this. Even I wish he was still here, I would have said it. Dr. Nwala is also a part of the crisis too. You know, when they came up and said, local government chairman whose tenure has elapsed should still continue as chairman in Rivers State, when obviously your tenure has elapsed. And obviously the court has said you cannot elongate the tenure, that the elongation done by the House of Assembly was wrongly done. And what exactly are we then saying? So my dissatisfaction and worry is that anybody who is not in line with the Minister of the FCT, anybody who disagrees with the Minister of the FCT calls him corrupt, calls him names, just like we have seen him do with Justice Enebeli. Of course, today they're after the chief judge, because the chief judge is not willing to play ball. The chief judge is not willing to play ball. You know, the whole thing is, we want to impeach the governor, we want to impeach the governor. You want to impeach the governor. And the governor has asked you, what have I done? Now, because the chief judge is not willing to play ball with you, they are now going about to say he falsified his age. But this same assembly screened the chief judge. The same people screened the chief judge. And we're asking us, the current speaker was leader of the assembly when the chief judge was screened. And we asked ourselves this question: didn't you do your due diligence? And do not forget, when this chief judge was appointed, some of us raised issues and said, you cannot jump the senior in line to appoint him as chief judge, even if it's your prerogative to so do. But the governor went ahead, because Justice Ogono, was perceived to be an enemy of the governor. the former governor now.
Okay.
And that was why she was not appointed in the circumstance, and this chief judge was appointed. Don't know the chief judge is not a bad person, just the same way Adolfo Sedebeli is not a bad person before the minister. And see, for me, I don't take the minister's word seriously, because today he says a thing, tomorrow he says a different thing. So how can we take such a person serious?
No, please, let's just place this in proper perspective. When you say who appointed this present chief judge, you said the former governor. There are many former governors.
Yes.
There are many former governors.
No, Nyesom Wike appointed this chief judge. He appointed the chief judge on the recommendation of the NJC.
Okay, then the second thing I want you to clarify, you said this House of Assembly screened him.
No, not this House of Assembly. This current speaker was leader of the House of Assembly
when they screened
the chief judge.
How about if there are emerging facts for them to investigate him? Is it wrong in legal matters?
No, there's nothing wrong with investigating him. I don't have an issue with that, because we have always advocated that rule of law should take place. Justice should be seen to be done. But justice should not be done in the circumstance that we are now having political differences. So you now remember that, oh, I falsified my age. That's exactly what's happening in Rivers State. Forget about the rhetorics. Forget about how they want to coin it and make it look like there are other issues. There is no issue other than this particular one. That the chief judge of Rivers State is not playing ball with His Excellency, the former governor of Rivers State. And that is why you are having these issues. And this is the problem.
Well,
and let me say this. Do not forget. He fell out of love with Justice Adolfo Sedebeli. And today, he is everywhere saying all sorts of things. Oh, he's the most corrupt person he knows. Meanwhile, you went to his book launch during his retirement and even launched his book, I think about 200 million or thereabout. At the time, this same corrupt person. Today, the man is corrupt. No, see, that's how I said the truth. See, the truth of the matter is that no matter how highly placed a man is, like I keep saying this, that people should let us speak truth to power. Because we have had people come on air and they say things for the rhetorics of it. Nobody comes to speak the truth as it were. What is the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is that they will kill me. And they know they cannot.
I'd like you to control your comments.
It's as clear as it is.
Yes, I would like you to control your comments.